far can the King carry the Cavs?
I've got them losing in the conference finals, regardless of whether it's Boston or Philadelphia, and we'll get into that series a little bit later. I'm almost scared of what the hell I'm going to say about what I saw last night. But I will tell you this. I'm still not going to pick LeBron against either team right now because, again, the Toronto Raptors are a different animal. If it's Philly, if it's Boston, that is a different beast than the Toronto Raptors. And I mean no disrespect because I know they're a great team in terms of how they were assembled. It's just that every now and then a particular superstar has a particular team's number. And I've covered the sport long enough to recognize and appreciate the psychological disadvantage that a team potentially has against a particular star. And that is what I see from the Toronto Raptors. We walked into this series understanding that the Toronto Raptors were the better team, top to bottom. They are better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. But I still picked Cleveland to win this series. Why? Because what is happening is what I prophesized, what I saw happening with the Toronto Raptors. Ultimately, when somebody is coming your way, you get tight. And it's not just anybody. When a particular individual is coming your way, you're not the same as you would be against anybody else. They could lose to the Wizards, and Toronto would still find a way to come back completely unfazed. Psychologically, they are warped against LeBron James. I've seen it. I've seen it the last several years. That is not the case, I believe, against Boston. It is not the case, I believe, against Philadelphia, and that is why I would still sit up there and say that I would have Cleveland in all likelihood losing in the conference finals.
Did you say you prophesized?
I heard that too.
I did.
Prophesize? We're prophesizing
He
now?
speaks things into existence and it happens.
I did.
Awesome.
I've spoken into existence, Max Kellerman.
Okay,
but I just threw that word out there. I thought you would appreciate it.
I'll say this. Even if LeBron's...
I'm no Joel Osteen, though.
I do love Joel.
I transgress entirely too much to be Joel. Go ahead.
Even if LeBron's psychological whammy is especially pronounced against the Raptors, you saw it show up. You saw the fact that his being the best player on the floor, and maybe some pressure that exerts, even affect the Indiana Pacers. And they beat the Pacers. If they beat the Raptors, then I like, can they get to the finals? Can they get past the conference finals? Sure they can. And by the way, right now, the Celtics are showing you how to neutralize the Sixers and how to neutralize Ben Simmons, and we'll get to that a little later, but maybe they've given a blueprint that others can follow. And in terms of, can the Cavs beat the Celtics? Yeah, I think they can. The Celtics, without their two best players, or certainly their best player in Kyrie Irving, and one of their two or three best players in Gordon Hayward, who's yet to really play for the Celtics. But without those guys, especially Kyrie, yeah, it's not like the Celtics are this unbeatable team. If LeBron can figure out a way to get past the Raptors, and he's up 2-0, if he can get past the Raptors, now he's beaten Indiana and he's beaten Toronto, I don't see either the Celtics or the Sixers as insurmountable. And I think he can get to the finals, and, it's entirely possible. Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't see it as insurmountable. It's possible. Do you believe he'd beat him or not?
I think if he goes 7, for example, I'd have to reevaluate how tired is he after 2 7-game series. If LeBron can close this out in, let's say, under 6 games, if they take it in a sweep or 5 games, yeah, I would probably pick Cleveland to beat whoever comes out of the Philadelphia-Boston series at this point. Yep.
Okay. All right, Molly.
All right, let's do it.